Changing your oil is one of the most important maintenance items you can do for your bike. We're going to show you how to do that today on the Honda CRF300L. It's the same process for the rallies as well. And you should do this after break-in at 600 miles and then every 8,000 miles thereafter. It's really simple to do, so let's go ahead and get started. To do this job, we have our Tusk 4-stroke oil change kit. This comes with your choice of oil, an oil filter, crush washer, your gasket, and even a paper funnel. Now, additionally, we're going to be using some contact cleaner to help clean things up. For tools, I've got a torque wrench, 8 and 12 millimeter sockets, and then we have a 4 millimeter Allen for our skid plate. Yours might be different. We're also using a Tusk measuring cup, a drain pan, safety glasses, rubber gloves, and some rags. First, you want to warm up the oil, so we're going to start the bike and let it run for a couple minutes. Once you shut it off, you can remove your skid plate. We're going to place a drain pan underneath and use a 12 millimeter socket to remove the drain plug. Now on the right side of the bike, you're going to remove the oil fill cap and the oil filter cover. So that cover is right in front of your rear brake lever. We're using an 8 millimeter socket to remove it. And as you pull the cover off, you want to make sure you keep track of the spring, and we can pull that oil filter off. We also have a gasket we're going to remove right here. We have our bike on a stand so it's level, but if you have yours on the side stand, you can always tip it up to make sure all the oil is drained out. After that, we're also going to clean up the oil filler cap, that oil filter cover, and we're going to put a new crush washer on our drain plug. Now to prep the cover, you want to make sure you have the gasket in the correct orientation. So this little half moon, it's going to line up with that notch right there, and the two slots with that oval. And to keep that gasket from falling as we install this, I'm just going to start with the top two bolts in there. That's going to help us put it in place. And then you want to make sure the spring is sitting down in there as well. And if you're having a hard time keeping the spring from falling out, you can always put just a little bit of grease on the end to hold it in place. Now to install the oil filter, you need to make sure this is in the correct orientation. So what I'm going to do is lube up this grommet right here with some new engine oil. And then this is going to go on that little lip on the engine case. And as you go back together, make sure you carefully line everything up. And then I've got those bolts most of the way started. I'm going to make sure my spring is in the correct spot just by pressing on that. We know it didn't fall down, so I can go ahead and tighten these in a crisscross pattern to 7 foot-pounds. Then back underneath, I'm going to reinstall the drain plug and torque it to 18 foot-pounds. Now I'm going to fill up the engine with 1.45 liters of oil. If you didn't change the oil filter, it's going to be 1.35 liters. Now I'm going to reinstall the oil fill cap. I also need to reinstall that skid plate. Then we're going to run the bike for a couple minutes, shut it off. We'll wait for a minute, and then we'll double check that oil level in the sight glass. You need to make sure it's between the upper and lower mark. That's it for the oil change on the Honda CRF300L and the Rally. If you have any questions about the process, leave those down in the comments below. And if you need that oil change kit, it's really convenient. Just click the link in the description below. If you want to see more helpful content like this, subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.